Hello, quite good.
How are you? Welcome to a new gathering of the Multi-Adventure Camp. More than a gathering, well, it is going to be an online open day. Please remember, in fact, that we have our next open house meeting scheduled for this Sunday, the 17th of the month. Thank you. We are going to do two passes. A pass that we are going to do at 11 in the morning and another one at 12 in the morning. Okay, in case you want to see the facilities in person and well, so you can take a look there. Today I am going to present to you what our facilities are, our multi-adventure program in Buscarmejo, mainly for people who do not know our facilities or who do not know our program. For those who are acquainted with him, it is good to provide a brief update on the news we have this year, but not much more because virtually everything remains the same, including the facilities and everything else. Well, I am Jorge Fernandez, the director of the Multi-Adventure Camp in Bustalviejo, and we will now go through all the slides so that you can see the facilities. Additionally, there is a chat feature available, and if I have configured it correctly, it should be operational. Therefore, please feel free to send any comments or questions there, and we will be sure to respond. Is that clear? Very well. In that case, I shall proceed with the task at hand, and we shall observe the droplets as planned. Is that satisfactory to you? I am going to give a brief presentation of what the company is. Valle Abedules is a leisure and free time company. We are already operating in Valle Abedules, in what is the Valle de los Abedules shelter, well, since 2000-2001, when we initiated the camps already functioning and we perform work throughout the year. At present, we have students in that location and we are currently operating. Our establishment remains open for the entirety of the year. Modifying programs, though, fundamentally we do have that. Educational institution and personal children all throughout the year, without any significant deviations or exceptions. Well, here we have some figures. We work with more than 60 schools per year. I can tell you that there are a few more, just like the minors, and there are more than 1,000 minors during the summer camps. Well, we work in different parts of Spain. We have different programs, both this one and multi-adventure. This year we have launched a new one in Avila in the Sierra de Gredos, in Guisando. We also have a camp this year in Denia, and well, we have different programs spread throughout the geography. We have also made programs abroad, and well, we are creating programs according to the interest that people are showing. And based on the desired experience, they can better fit you, and we continue to modify in this manner. Well, this is the Valle de los Abedules hostel. Let's say this is our base camp, right? Here is where we have and where we start the company. This is the hostel where we are going to operate and where we are going to work this specific camp, okay? It is a hostel situated in the Sierra de Madrid in the municipality of Bustarviejo, approximately 45 to 50 minutes away from the city of Madrid, capital of Spain. It is a hostel, it is a facility that is very close to Madrid, and well, in the end, it gives us a lot of closeness to you in case you are here in Madrid, to the service park. We have hospitals, health centers, we have the possibility of very fast transportation by bus or by car. Well, we are in close proximity and a facility, obviously, that we are going to observe now with everything we need to coordinate and arrange a camp. The hostel is situated in the municipality of Bustarvien. We are positioned between Bustarviejo and Miraflores, and we are part of Bustarviejo, but we are essentially located right in the middle, in the same valley area. We are located approximately 4 or 5 kilometers away from Bustarviejo, and approximately 4 or 5 kilometers away from Miraflores, both of which have health centers that are open during working hours. We possess Bustarviejo, but there we have the two possibilities. What are the facilities of Bahía de Bedul? Well, within the house we have a total of 12 bedrooms, 12 rooms available for accommodation of up to 8 people, 2 large cabins that can accommodate up to 24 people with a small toilet, 4 cabins designed for a maximum of 10 people. We always talk about maximum capacity. From there, we go down, depending on the organization of the groups and the relationship of boys and girls with the exoskeletons, and we separate them accordingly. But we are talking about maximum occupancy to give you an idea of what we have. The 4 cabins with up to 10 places with bathroom, 2 multi-purpose rooms of 100 square meters, one of which is the dining room and the other one we use as a game room, which has a video game table, a foosball table, and others. Well, the bathrooms, dressing rooms, which are bathrooms of that type, dressing rooms, are spacious, with showers, with screens, and so on. And 2 adapted bathrooms are situated at the entrance. There are 2 bathrooms available, one of which is utilized as an infirmary if it is not required for children or girls with reduced mobility. This arrangement is more practical, as it allows us to have everything in one place and ensures that everything is securely locked up and stored.
Well, in the photo above, we can see the entrance. It is the main hall. There it leads to the hallway of rooms, which is that door we see at the end. As well as on the left hand, we have the 2 adapted bathrooms, the staircase that goes down to the lower floor, and, well, right where the photo is taken, we would enter the main dining room, which is one of the rooms we were talking about before.
The other room, which is the one I mentioned, is the photo below, which is a multi-purpose room that we use as a game room, which is also a room that is underground and is a room that is very cool in summer. Both activities and free time and others, there they will be able to be because it is a room that ultimately provides us with a lot of opportunities for enjoyment. In the photo above on the left, we see the main dining room. It is a quite spacious dining room. It is 100 square meters and with a capacity large enough for us, for the camp. In the end, we always have 2 shifts for the dining room, in which we have extra spaces due to organization. It is more comfortable for us to do it in 2 shifts for the dining room. And, well, in the end, practically half of the camp is entering without any problems, and there is still space left. They are collapsible tables that we also utilize for engaging in activities in a spacious area, and, well, to have the ability to utilize them for workshops or for any purpose that arises. And in the photo on the right, you can see a room, one of the rooms in the hostel with 4 bunk beds. The room has capacities for 8 boys or girls, providing accommodation for a total of 8 people in this cozy hostel. Well, here you have the cabins. These are the photos of the cabins. The exterior cabins, as we mentioned before, we have 4 cabins for 10 people, and then the other 2 for a maximum of 24 people. These cabins do have a shower inside as well. They have a full bathroom. In the large cabins, it's just a toilet, and there we distribute them according to the ages of the participants. We put the children in rooms, and we put the youngest ones in the rooms, and then until the older ones end up in the places, in the cabins, let's say, because in the end, it's not the same for a 6 or 7-year-old child to go to camp as it is for a 15 or 16-year-old child. In the end, they have different rhythms, and that's why we separate them. This is done to ensure a comfortable and age-appropriate experience for all campers. Let's go with the outdoor facilities. Well, in the outdoor facilities, we don't have anything core, but what we do have new this year is the zip line that we have modified the brake part. Before we did it with an assisted rubber brake with a person. This year we have put it with a magnetic brake, already with a side stop, and well, the zip line has improved a lot, both in safety, of course, because in the end, times evolve and we change and improve things, and in the end, well, for our maneuverability too, which improves a lot, right? The pool has a new brake, the 2 adventure circuits, which I have only mentioned one here, but well, there are 2 adventure circuits, a climbing wall, the archery area, the pool, which as you can see is a fairly large pool, about 20 by 10 meters, where we will go up practically every day to spend some time in the pool. The sports court we have for soccer, basketball, and well, then we organize different themes and different activities in it. And well, the 2 tipis that have already arrived are being used as temporary shelters, but in the end, we have made the decision to leave them permanently installed because they provide a very wide and comfortable shade, which is highly beneficial in the hot weather conditions we experience. Here we state that they are 100 square meters, but 100 square meters each. Ultimately, it creates a very wide shadow for us to be able to be there engaging in any activity. They have artificial grass, they have light. I mean, they are 2 teepees that are quite big. And well, if you have been in the Christmas programs, You have seen them closed, for example, but now that we have them open, well, in the end, they generate a quite wide shade. I'm going to go by. Well, here we have photos of the second multi-adventure circuit that we are showing. This is the most recent of the ones we made. This is a circuit that works in L, and between the start and the end is connected by a zip line. So let's assume we have approximately 2 zip lines. We possess the primary zip line, which is solely dedicated to being a zip line. The children climb up and throw themselves, and then we have this zip line that is the completion of the second adventure circuit. Well, I'm going to go now. Well, these are outdoor areas. They are all photos of the interior of the estate. Now that you can get an idea, it is a very spacious estate. It is completely fenced around, and children will always be clear at all times which are the areas they can be in and the areas they cannot. For example, like the multi-adventure areas and others are areas that will always be supervised by staff. Well, here we have the activities section, a quick breakdown so you can see a little bit of the activities, although we have them all published on the website, both on the website and in the brochures. But, well, here we list them a little so you can take a look and get an idea of what's available. I have observed that there is a comment, and I will provide a response as soon as a question is asked or inquired about. If they are not too numerous, well, I will respond to them simultaneously so that we can interact together. Sometimes it's not possible due to many questions, but now that I see only 2 comments, we can read it easily without any issues or difficulties. Gonzalo Gomez says, "Good afternoon, I just joined, so if you can ask them at the end, no problem, we can figure it out. Is there any priority for children who were already in 2023 with the reservation of a spot? On the other hand, when do the seat reservations start? They are already the registered places. Right now we have availability in all the programs, because I have also been checking, and we have availability practically in all the programs on all dates. Reservation of a spot as such? No. What is sent at the end is a coupon for former clients that you should have already received. We send it to you in an email in case it has arrived. By sending you an email, we verify it and we will resend it without any problem. But the spots are currently open and already functioning. They are already being reserved. It is what I am telling you. There are places at this moment we have knowledge that they fill up quite quickly, mainly during certain periods, specifically the first periods, particularly in the months of June and July, fill up quite fast, but, well, at this moment in time, you do not have a problem to be able to make a reservation, okay? We just opened it right now. The registrations have been open for less than a month, and they are working. Is it true what I was saying that they fill up quite rapidly? Then, well, you have the option to make a pre-booking that doesn't require any payment, and then you can proceed with the reservation, all right? Awaits you for a set time, and that's it. I'll keep going if you have more questions, Gonzalo. I hope I haven't resolved your doubt. We can continue discussing anything, okay? I'm progressing. Well, what I was saying, the activities, well, we have the multi-adventure part, the garden, climbing, archery, the multi-adventure circuits, nature, and more things like hiking, orientation, living, coaching, orchard. In the end, they are complementary activities that we add to the program, so it has a more complete and much deeper meaning. The animal part, if you have known us for a long time, before we also had falconry, we had some other things. This year we have horses, and well, last year, for example, as an extra activity, as an extra touch, we had the farm activity, which I hope we can also incorporate this year. Water activities, like the pool we mentioned before, and kayaks, which we do in the Pedrezuela Reservoir, Del Belon, and, well, workshops too, right? We have the artisanal part, crafts, and the circus workshop that we also incorporated last year, which in the end gave our program significant added value, because in the end, a circus company came to do activities with all the participants. It was an activity that was very well liked, a body that he adapted very well to the participants and to the different ages, and well, each one had their activity adapted very well to their age, and we believe that it was well liked, and that was the feedback we received, certainly from the children. Well, more activities. Well, sports, obviously, because in the end it is still a complementary activity that they do in their free time, and that we also offer them at some moments. And well, the evening activities that are the nighttime activities that are done after dinner, where they are going to have a spectacular memory, of course. In the end, they are one of the activities they like the most, with the typical flashlight activities, nighttime activities, which, well, they really like. Many themes, a lot of atmosphere, a lot of decoration, which they will really like. Well, finally, after the pandemic, we have resumed visits to the village and doing this type of activities, hiking and others, which the participants also really enjoy. At first it's a bit far, we walk through the mountain, we get tired, it's hot, but in the end they really like it, especially at certain ages, because in the end going to the village, being there with the rest of the people from the village, even though it's a very quick activity, but well, they like it. Taking a walk around, visiting, going shopping in some cases if they want, etc. Well, they always really like it. The Vivac activity, which is an activity that we have also been rescuing for some time now, is an activity where we sleep in the mountains with all the participants, and depending on their age, we go a little further, a little further. We bring all the necessary materials with the vehicles, including dinner, breakfast, everything, and in the end they sleep outdoors. It's an activity that children love, right? Many is the first experience they have with something like this. And well, in the end, a group and a very good atmosphere is always generated. We obviously look for a very suitable date to be able to do it. Good weather or full moon or a night of new moon that the stars are very visible. We take advantage of doing a thematic evening about it. And well, it is a night that is magical for them, of course. Well, the pool. This is a photograph of the pool. As you can see, it is a very spacious pool. They will go up to the pool on a daily basis. Out of the 4 activities that we engage in every day, one of them will involve swimming, and naturally, they will be under constant supervision at all times. The pool will always be open with a lifeguard. Besides the lifeguard, their reference monitors, etc. will be there. Well, here from what we can see is a typical schedule, okay? More or less approximate of what is a schedule of a schedule, let's say, of the camp. Wake up at around 8:30 a.m., then have breakfast, do 1 activity, do 2 activities in the morning, have lunch, have a little bit of free time, then have a little bit of free time after lunch before the next activity, have a snack, do another activity, take a shower, have dinner, do the activity we talked about before the evening, and then have a little bit more already at night to sleep. In the end, it's a camp, like in all camps, let's say, but it's a camp, not being a camp with being, an overnight camp. It's a camp that has a lot of rhythm. It gets up very early, it gets up very late. They're doing activities all day long. So, well, in the end, we're with them, accompanying them at all times because the rhythm of the little ones with the older ones is not the same. We have to go to bed practically from the 2nd or 3rd day, and we have to put them in bed because they are already exhausted at that time. We adjust the schedules to the groups and ages, and with the older ones, we have to negotiate with them to go to bed a little earlier, always in a positive way and always in a cordial and relational way with them. This ensures that they also enjoy it and feel part of the program. Okay? Is there anything else I can assist you with? Here's what you can see. Well, ultimately they are the monitors that will be with the children as a point of reference. We have an approximate ratio. The Madrid community has a ratio of 1.15, 1 monitor per participant. We always go a little lower. Then there are the coordinators. Of the 2 activities I have done, that's why we have the flag of England there, well, the United Kingdom to be more precise, in 2 activities because the staff, the boys and girls who choose English, 2 of the activities they do throughout the day will be led by a monitor who speaks English. They can do any activity such as archery, climbing, horseback riding, or any other activity, but that same activity will be conducted in the English language, ensuring a bilingual experience for the participants. It's not going to be a class, it's not going to be something that requires a lot of language immersion, because we already have other programs for that. This is just a small taste, where that activity will be done in English, There will be children with more or less levels, so, well, it will always adapt a little to the rest of the participants. But it's not a language immersion, it's simply that, well, those specific activities will be done in English. They will have vocabulary, they will have some little things, a lot of vocabulary of activities that they may not know, which is where they will enrich themselves with this type of proposals. Well, guards, obviously from the monitors during free time, the dining room, as well as the guards, always have to be supervised. From the moment the children enter the shelter until they leave, they will always be supervised by the monitors. They will always have a designated point of reference person, but they will consistently be under the direct supervision of our dedicated staff members. We will rotate the staff, because obviously they need to rest, they are people, but in order to ensure that they are always supervised by them. If they have to lend a hand in the dining room, if they have to lend a hand in their free time, at the time of showers, for example, packing, etc., etc., they will always have support to be with them, apart from their reference monitor, whom they will meet from minute 1, and with whom they will do all the activities, and many of these times we are talking about. Many will spend them with their reference monitor, but with whom they will be all day. Not 24 hours, but who they will live with practically all day with that monitor, okay? Who will be their reference? Well, and the personnel component. This is where we emphasize that ultimately our team is what sets us apart, that our team is what gives us worth and distinguishes us from others. This is the place where we distinguish ourselves and where we emphasize the importance of every detail. Our belief is that the staff members are the cornerstone and the backbone of a camp, playing a vital role in its success and creating a positive experience for campers. There are thousands of camps, and there are a lot of camps. Activities and zip lines, archery shots, there are so many. But the main key is this: it is the personnel. In the end, having a good team is where the difference is made, and having someone available to assist them 24 hours a day, having that cohesive group where we have those meetings, that information is also reported to you in case it is necessary, etc. It is the place where we believe we have to make a difference and where we place the main emphasis. Well, there is the facilities department and the projects department. We will always be present at the facilities. We consistently conduct the camp on site, although there are also camp coordinators who are the individuals responsible for managing and organizing the day-to-day activities of the campsite. There are also the 24-hour monitors, which are the monitors we were talking about with ECA before, which are the monitors that will be with your participants directly. Healthcare personnel that we always include in this program. We ensure the presence of a healthcare professional to provide first aid, distribute medications, and conduct the first triage in case of any emergencies, thereby prioritizing the safety and well-being of all participants in the program. We always have healthcare personnel. Ultimately, it is a sizable camp. Numerous participants attend, spanning a wide range of ages, and we view it as an additional benefit to have an individual present who is solely and exclusively responsible for dispensing medications to all staff members. Well, what we were talking about before, guards at all times. In any type of activity, we also generate those complementary and optional activities in free time. There are many who prefer to go play basketball on the court, or be like beavers building cabins and doing little things and doing things in the stream that happen to us. They prefer to play there and have a great time, but there are others who prefer us to organize ping pong tournaments, foosball tournaments. Throughout all of that free time, we go about organizing various small activities in order to spend quality time with them. What I mentioned before as well, night guards. At all times, the children will be supervised by adults. They will rotate so that both in rooms, in the hallway of rooms, in the cabins, in the outdoor areas as well, they have a reference guard person who, in case they go out or need anything at night or whatever, they will always have it there and they will know where they are, because they will always be in the same place and they will know who the person is who is there. Especially in the first few days for the little ones or for children who haven't been to camp before, that's crucial. In the end, it's still a very different experience from what they've been doing so far. Not the same for them to go to grandparents' house or cousin's house compared to suddenly finding themselves in a camp where they don't know anyone. They might go with a friend, but not my comfort zone. We'll be there, ensuring a special focus on the little ones and in the rooms closest to us, with our keen eye and unwavering attention to detail. Like in the rest, of course, but mainly in the smaller ones, because it is very typical that the first nights we always have one around that is a little weaker to be with him, helping him, and to be with him, supporting him, so that of course he feels safe, he feels comfortable, because that usually happens 1 or 2 nights. From there it has been resolved. And well, what we were talking about before, about what I said before about the staff, the daily report, the coordination, every day a specific meeting is held at the camp. All the monitors, except those on duty, are gathered in their positions already. A specific meeting is held on how we have spent the day and how we plan the next day. Passing group by group, passing child by child, looking in case they have not reported it, any situation that the participants may have encountered during their journey through the groups, ensuring no information is missed and every detail is accounted for. There are numerous individuals who provide it directly because the child does not reflect it, and thus the monitor reflects it to us, and the monitor coordinates to find a solution for him, and also to communicate with you, and for you to be aware of the situation in order to collaborate, and for you to also see how your children are, obviously. And make an effort for the children who may not express those situations or those emotions with the rest of the monitors, etc., to make an effort to locate those situations that also occur in order to locate them as soon as possible and ensure their well-being. For us, as you can see, the main thing is safety. The safety of the participants at all times is something basic for us. In many aspects, right? But perhaps the most important, obviously physical security, that there are no accidents and so on, but what is going to happen? I mean, we know perfectly well that children, when they are at a camp, are going to run and they are going to fall and anything can happen to them. Well, we are going to try to minimize them, obviously, but they are children and they are at a camp, and it would also not be good for them to deceive themselves and say, no, nothing will happen. We have to try to take care of the main things, right? What is, of course, that nothing happens to that child, but the ones reflected here are the ones that do have direct contact with them, and the ones we do try to control, such as, for example, the kitchen, the hydration of the children, daily hygiene, sunburn, which many times we neglect those types of things, but they are super important. We in Valladolid have our own kitchen, okay? We work directly with our own staff, we have direct control over our menu, and we have full control over allergies, intolerances, etc. Notified by you, we transmit them, and the coordinators and the kitchen there supervise them to keep them under control. The water, the same. We are going to watch a lot with the children that they go all day with their water bottle and that they are well hydrated, okay? We'll work with them, with the little ones, because we must be on top so they drink. With the middle ones, well often too, and with the older ones more, since we forget. Even the monitors forget too, so we make certain technical stops between activities through games, through dynamics, or in case they are needed, or in case they are not needed, well, nothing. Take those breaks for hydration to properly hydrate. In the end, they are in the middle of summer, they are in the Sierra de Madrid, even though we have a lower temperature without needing to hydrate. Certainly, daily hygiene. Have you observed the usual schedule of activities previously? We are occupied throughout the day engaging in 4 activities: surgery, climbing, canoeing, horseback riding, and hiking to the village. I am not even aware of the exact number, but they offer a multitude of activities, and each day we will have a shower for all the participants. The showers are arranged according to age groups and naturally separated by gender. The organization is impeccable, ensuring that everyone will have the opportunity to use the showers. And sunburns, because we all forget, maybe you burn the older ones, the monitors too. We also have to have this program of, hey, we have to be monitoring sunburns every single day, without fail, without any exceptions or excuses, no matter what, no matter how busy or tired we are. Before each activity, during the hydration break, we take the opportunity to apply lotion. Let's go to the pool, we put on sunscreen. After our pool session, we applied sunscreen. In the end, we made sure to apply a small amount of cream to protect every exposed area of our skin. In the event of an emergency, We have on-site personnel available. Our healthcare professional is present in the facilities and, along with our coordinator, will conduct an initial assessment and provide first triage. Hey, in the event that we are able to solve it, there will be no problem. We are determined to solve it. It could potentially be a splinter that has become lodged, or it could be a result of a fall that caused the ankle to twist. Initially, it may appear to be a sprain, but we believe it is indeed a sprain, although we cannot be completely certain at this time. Clearly, we do not possess an X-ray machine. In that case, we proceed directly to the health center, where the health center will then make a direct referral to a radiology department, for instance, and they will handle the X-ray procedure. Throughout this process, we will maintain communication with you to ensure that you are consistently informed about the situation. Can we contact you prior to departure? Perfect. Well, you know that we are going to leave. We understand that many of you are working, traveling, or engaged in other activities. We will make an effort to contact you. In the event that we are unable to, we will proceed nonetheless. We will go to the health center. We will adhere to all the procedures. When you are free, we will get in touch with you, and that is the end of it. Can you go back to the center? We're going back. Can't we go back? We've contacted you and we see what needs to be done, okay? But we will always be in communication with you. What I was saying before, the Bustar Viejo Health Center during working hours, from 8 to 5 or 4 in the afternoon, we have the Bustar Health Center where we go, and they attend to us as displaced people, and there is no problem. Soto del Real Health Center is available for emergencies, all right? It is a center that operates 24 hours a day and can be accessed at any time in case of emergencies. In case of what I was saying, if we see that there is something that may be directly from the hospital, or they are going to refer us directly to the emergency room, or we are going to save time by going to the nearest hospital directly. In this case, it is the Infanta Sofia of San Sebastián de los Reyes that in about 45 minutes we are already there. We will arrive in approximately 40 to 45 minutes. A hospital located in the community of Madrid that provides a comprehensive range of services. Well, here I provide you with a list of items so that you can have an idea of what you might need, approximately. We always have a greater number of items or a smaller number of items. This is a minimum inventory list that we provide in order for you to be able to see what items might be necessary or required. Yes, we do recommend this specific camp. There are other camps that we do not organize. If another itinerant camp were organized in Anden, it would be more interesting to bring a makuto. For this type of camp, we always recommend a suitcase, a typical square trolley, which will be much more practical. They put it under the bed, take it out, open it, and have the whole view. The makutos are a little more cumbersome. But, well, in the end, the makuto, the suitcase, whatever, as long as they know how to organize it well or know everything as they have it placed, no problem. We, for the little ones, recommend organizing everything well by bags and by days, or, well, there are many tricks to organize it for the little ones, who perhaps are the ones who need to have this more up to date, right? What do you guys do with their suitcase so they know where things are placed, etc., and they have it well placed, right? Ultimately, it will prove to be a much more favorable outcome for them, particularly with regards to the specific objects in question, namely mobile phones, money, and medications that are of utmost importance in their daily lives. In the phone section, we consistently offer a duration of 2 days for campers to stay in touch with their family members. During those 2 days of the week, you will have the opportunity to contact them within the specified time, or more precisely, within the specified schedule, and on specific days to talk to them. In case they bring a mobile phone, we pick them up on the first day, we keep them, we have them closed with a bag for each group so that nothing happens to them. The day that is call day, we give it to the children, they can turn them on and you can already contact them. In case the participants do not bring mobile phones, we will provide a list of phone numbers separated by ages and other details so that you can contact the participants. With the money? Well, with the money we do the same. We collect it on the first day. We collect all the money. We make a list with the amount of money each participant has so that they don't have to handle money later. We established a small kiosk following lunchtime where individuals have the opportunity to purchase an ice cream per day. Consequently, they will not bring the money. Rather, their direct action is to go and verbally provide the name. Subsequently, we promptly transfer the money to them using Excel, and that concludes the process. Is that explanation clear and satisfactory to you? However, in order to avoid the need for them to handle money, we also implement the same approach on the medication side. On the first day, we gather all the necessary medical authorizations that need to be signed in case any medication is taken by the participants. We gather them, provide them to the healthcare provider, and the healthcare provider annotates their list with the dosage for every child at every instance. Breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner, and additional items. So they don't have to carry medications. They don't have them in the rooms. The coordinators don't have them. Nobody has them. The monitors don't have them, etc. Only the health worker has possession of it, and in the event that medication is needed, it is the health worker who supplies and makes it available for use. The medications such as Ventolin, inhalers, etc., adrenaline, and others, which we also know that there are participants who use them. What it does is that the reference monitor directly carries it out in order to ensure proper administration and monitoring of the medication. The reference monitor carries a small backpack, a fanny pack, or any other suitable bag to ensure it is always carried by the participant at all times. If the canoeing activity or archery or whatever is going to be done, then the monitor is the one who will carry that medication in case it is needed, because they will always be together to administer it, okay? In addition, of course, there is the adrenaline, that type of thing, that when a similar situation occurs, well, if the monitor already has to handle it, then the healthcare worker provides him with the necessary training to be able to handle it, to be able to administer it if needed, all right? Well, that's the end of the presentation of what the Multi-Adventure program is. I see there are some more questions, so I'll go ahead and answer if it seems necessary. Let's see if I can figure out how it works. Let's see, here I have it. Let's see where I left off. Juan Carlos Blanco writes, is there a Vivac this year? Yes, the idea we have is yes, they do Vivac. As you know, and if you don't know, in case I haven't explained it before, we usually do every other week. We usually start with the week of the first program. We do it in Vivac, not the second one, but the third one we do. Then we alternate, but the material they have to bring is exactly the same. They don't have to bring new material, nor a mat, nor anything. We possess all the necessary resources, and they have no requirements whatsoever. If there happens to be a group that has not experienced Vivac or any similar activity during that particular week, but the children display a high level of interest in participating, we consistently communicate with the group, and if they opt to engage in the Vivac, we proceed accordingly. We have a large estate, and we can even do it within the estate, so ultimately all the participants who want to do it are able to do so without encountering any problems. More questions, Felix writes to me. What amount of money would it be reasonable for the children to carry? Let's see, well, the prices of ice creams, it is true that they have increased a lot, but they typically fall within the range of 2.5 euros, approximately 2 euros, for each ice cream, which is the maximum price you can expect to pay. They will have the ability to consume one ice cream daily, so a price range of around 20-30 euros for a week would be more than enough. The older individuals might travel to the village. Well, even the younger individuals travel to the village at some point to participate in an outing, and they travel, well, perhaps they bring along some money to purchase a bag of chips or something at the kiosk. So with that money, we subtract it as well, but it will be an amount more or less in line with what we were talking about. So, well, we recommend an average of 25-30 euros. If someone wants to bring more, well, welcome, and on the last day it will be returned to them without any problem. And those who bring a lesser quantity, well, in case they run out of money, we will get in touch with you and let you know the situation. Hey, look, fulanito, fulanita, you buy an ice cream, you run out of money, no prob. We'll keep adding it, and the day you come to pick it up, you pick it up. That's it, okay? Additional items, let us examine in this location, Sophia, the beds that are situated on the top of the bunk beds. Do they have railings in place? Yes, yes. They all have railings. They all have a small guardrail. They have a ladder. We always tell the children, even if they have railings, even if they have guardrails, it doesn't mean that they, playing or doing whatever, can't fall. That is the reason why we always avoid having children in the dining room, in the rooms, in the areas designated for free time, such as the dining room and other similar spaces during periods of free time. In the end, in the bed area, if they're on the beds and playing, doing whatever, moving, jumping from one bed to another, we have chances something bad will happen to us. It can also occur to us as children enter the rooms to grab the toothbrush, to change or whatever, but well, we always try to avoid them being in the rooms for the shortest time possible, right? And then the time they have in the rooms is the night time when they already go in. They go to sleep, and the first or second day they are there. There from the third day onwards, they start falling like flies. Okay? So, yes, they do, right? More. Edu testing. Rewritten text should have a word count of 23. Good afternoon. Can you give an example of what a daily menu would look like? Yes, of course. Look, our menu, we keep modifying it in all sorts of ways. We have a set menu. Now, for example, we have a menu for school children. In summer, we do extend it to 15 days, but well, we keep modifying it. It's a very varied menu. We have beef stews, cooked dishes, lentils, we have pasta, rice, white rice, rice with vegetables, rice with ribs, etc., right? Veggies, fish. We also have toppings on pizza and sometimes a burger, nuggets, and more, correct? All right, let's have some fun with all the things we know that boys and girls enjoy and find interesting. It is true that menus have undergone significant changes recently, and evidently, the fried component is being actively avoided. Currently, everything is prepared using conventional ovens, rational ovens, and other similar equipment, which has a profound impact on the cooking process. An example of a daily menu could be the one I mentioned earlier. In the morning, they might have a serving of lentils accompanied by a small portion of omelette and a salad. For dinner, they could have a zucchini cream soup served with a pork loin steak and a side of potatoes, for instance. Dairy product and fruit. In the morning, fruit, for example, at night, a dairy product, okay? Well, more or less a typical menu. I have spoken to you like this from memory. I hope that more or less the macronutrients are organized. But well, so that you see more or less how we organize, we cook everything. From a typical stew, like a cocido, to, well, anything, right? Let's enjoy some macaroni with tasty bolognese sauce, or a delicious hamburger if you'd like, alright? And of course at night also a little fish or a salad or some stews. More things. Ana Belen Marina. Let's see if he obtains the Vivac this year. Yes, man, of course we take turns, don't we? In this manner we alternate, but in any case, always, if a group is very enthusiastic to do the Vivac, of course they do it without any problem. In line with our approach to other activities, we make every effort to avoid cancellations. However, when it comes to Vivax-related activities, we take extra precautions. If there are consecutive days of temperature drops or a forecast of rain, we are obliged to cancel. In these cases, the activity cannot proceed as originally planned and is postponed or rescheduled accordingly. More? To Annabelle and Malina too. Last year Feliz came and this year he's coming with 4 more friends. Thanks for the experience. I'm thrilled. We appreciate receiving these comments, especially after the camp's end. It means a lot to us to hear such positive feedback. We are very happy that they feed themselves, and if they come with friends, it is an added value for them as well. As in this instance, based on my understanding, Feliz arrived. Possibly last year he was by himself, and the camping trip was successful, and he enjoyed himself. In the end, the participants. There are many who go with people they know, there are many who don't, and that is the monitor's job from the first day, so that they work on that and integrate and break the ice from the first day. Okay? So, well, as for me, I don't know if there are any more comments. Until this point, the small presentation has concluded. As I was informing you, on Sunday the 17th, we will be hosting an open house at the hostel. There will be 2 sessions, one at 11 a.m. and another at 12 p.m. You are expected to attend. Through our website, you can make a reservation to sign up, or to be able to make, especially for us, also a forecast of the staff, the people who are going to come, and the person we need. You are invited to visit our facilities and explain a little bit firsthand what, for whatever the next meeting, which will be the same as this one, will be on the 16th. We will work on the same topics. It will be the same presentation. We will resolve any doubts you may have, and as I said, we are here for whatever you need. You can follow anything on our social media platforms. You can follow through the YouTube channel, Instagram, and the new WhatsApp channel that we have generated. Well, then you also have all the information so that you are up to date. And nothing, as I said, as I mentioned before, in the end, our team is our difference, our team is our value, and well, there we are all going to be fighting and struggling so that the boys and girls can enjoy it in a big way. So thank you very much and see you next day. See you later.